Welcome back everyone! In the previous video, we covered how to make a simple logo just by using such shapes as a rectangle tool and ellipse tool. In general, shapes are definitely a necessary part of any design project. They have been used for a variety of different reasons, to make a frame, for visual interests, or for decoration. They can be parts of something like that. You will find this picture on the link below the video. We see that the cargo part of the truck is a rectangle with curved corners. We have already know how to do this. We have no problem with wheels and lighting. They are just simple circles. But the body and the window, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe parallelogram, or better to say something with 4 rounded corners. And the same stuff with the body. And the tool that will help us is the direct selection tool, this white arrow. So let's redraw this picture. Before we start, we need to change the opacity of this image. We go to layers and we click on it. Now we've got selected all of the picture. And now we just change the opacity to 50%. And let's block it right over here. We click on it. After that, our trace image becomes immovable. Just click on selection tool and just try to move or edit it. We can't move or edit our background now. So this layer is blocked. Now we can change the name and we can name it as a background. And after that, we just go to the very bottom and just click on this plus, create a new layer. So now on this layer, which is unblocked, we can do anything we want. We're gonna start from shapes, which we already know. And so let's create circles. We're gonna go to ellipse tool. We're gonna find the center and we hit option and just draw our circle. Perfect circle with alt or option. And now we need to have a stroke. Let's just set it as 2 points and let's delete the fill. Okay, let's just check it. Okay, this is it. Let's just a little bit move it like this. Okay, and let's change the stroke again. We need something thicker. Let's just copy that by Command C, Command V. And now we need to move it down. We just press V and move it right here. And let's just change the size with a shift. We've got a perfect circle. Let's just move it again. And we make it bigger. So now we've got the first wheel. So let's just copy that with Alt or Option. We can copy that right up here. Now we need to have a copy of this circle that inside. We just click on it and just press Option or Alt and just grab it and move it right here. Let's make a lighting with Command C or Command V. We just move it right up here. Change the size with a Shift. Move it right up here. Okay, great. Let's create a rectangle for the cargo. We just grab our rectangle tool and let's just make this one. And we need to round our corners separately because they are different. We just click on the first, and click on the next, click on the third. And with the fourth one, we see that it's a little bit sharper than others. And we just click on it and make it rounded like this. Okay, that's done. Let's just a little bit shift it with our arrows to the left and a little bit down. Okay, that's done. So with this rectangle, it's time to know one more interesting tool. As I mentioned before, it's called the direct selection tool, the white arrow. Let's create here an ordinary rectangle. And we grab our direct selection tool. So if we press A, Here is our direct selection tool. If we press V, here is our ordinary selection tool. So with V, this selection tool, we can drag these sides and corners and make the shape bigger or smaller like in many other programs. But if we have a direct selection tool, press A, see how it has changed? VA. With A, we just click on this corner and drag it, for instance, like that. We click on it, we can drag it like that, so we can change the shape. It's called a direct selection tool because it directly selects individual anchor points. If we hold Shift and click on another corner, this corner, and another corner, we can shift this side. We can move both corners as we want. So let's undo last action with Ctrl+Command+Z. Here is our initial rectangle. Make sure that we have direct selection tool. It's selected now. So what do we need to do to have this shape of the sample? We need to shift this side to the left. We just click on it and just shift it to the left. And after, just click, hold, and drag this corner to have these corners rounded. This is it. We need to move this corner a little bit and again, but we can do this. Let's undo last actions. We need to drag this anchor and shift it a little bit more, and after that we can make it more accurate. So the same stuff here, we just need to move it right up here to the left and make it rounded again. We see now we've got more anchors. It's because anchors exist and show up when we have an intersection. Let me just back this rounded corner to the original. Let's zoom in. Now we've got two lines which meet at one point, and when we make it rounded, now we've got 2 points, because here we see the first intersection, a straight line which meets with curved line, and here another intersection, the curved line meets with a straight line. So the window is done. We can make it more accurate as we want. And now let's make this drop and this heart and this drop. They are actually circles, but customize it. We're just gonna go to grab our ellipse tool, and with Alt and our rose guidelines, this is our rose lines which are helping us. We can find it in view, and our smart guys are here. So we just find a center, hit Option, and make a square. With a Shift we can have an excellent circle. The same stuff here, we just find the center, holding Alt, and make a circle. Let's start with the drop. We need to choose our direct selection tool, because drop is a circle where the top point has been changed. So we need to click on this anchor and just move it up. And now let's just talk about these things that are actually called candles. If you will learn and understand this stuff, you will be able to say that you can draw on a computer, because all the pictures consist of straight and curved lines with color or gradients inside, and these handles can create any curve. So our task is to learn how it works. Let's just try to do it. If we grab the left point, hold and drag it down, the right side goes up. Let's go to the right hand of the anchor, hold it down, and the left side goes up. Great. This is a pretty technique, but we need to understand it. Let's undo last action with Command Z, with Command Z again, with Command Z again, again. So here's our initial kind of egg. Here's one more thing. If we hold Alt or Option and click on the handle and move it down, we see that it breaks the handlebar in half. Let's do this with another side. We just hit Option, drag it down, and here's our acute angle and our drop of water. Let's make the heart. So our direct selection tool is selected. We need to click on this anchor because we need this point over here. So let's just move it down. We need to have here an acute angle. That means we need to move our handles separately. We just click on the first handle, press Alt, and just drag it up. And we make it with this handle, press Option, and just move it up. With the bottom point, we're gonna do the same thing. We just click on it, move it right up here. With Option, we move this handle right up here, and this handle right up here. Like that, okay. And let's just move this side and this side. We can change the curve as we actually want, because now the goal is to know how to draw a heart. Press V and let's just a little bit move it down. So I like it. Okay. Now let's make the body of the van. We're gonna make a rectangle. Let's just choose our rectangle tool and let's just draw this rectangle like that. Press V and let's change the size a little bit more. So what we do next? We just round our corners like that. Here a little bit less. We don't need this corner, and with this corner we just make it like that. And with the next, we need to work with this curve. We just select our direct selection tool, click on it. So let's grab our handle and just place it, for instance, right out here. Here is a new intersection, and here we can round it just a little bit. Okay, what do we have? We need to round this corner again. Okay, and we see the van because we have no fill. Let's just add the fill to all the shapes. We just grab our selection tool and select all the stuff. And now we go to fill. And now we need to have white color. So now we don't see some shapes. Click on the background. We need to work to ordering of the elements. We go to layer, and for instance this body we need to have on the background. We just go to layer, we just need to find it. Let's select it. Here our red square. We just move it on the very bottom. That's okay. With the ellipses we just need to select it. No, this is lighting. Okay, where's our parts which inside the wheel? Here it is, and here it is. Okay, let's just select this one and just move it a little bit higher. This is our wheels. This is it, work is done. So the direct selection tool allows you to do 4 things. Directly select individual points and move them as we want. We can curve our parts by using handles. We can grab, for instance, left side and right side goes up. We can create an acute angle if we hold Alt or Option and click on handle, and it moves separately. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but we can cut some lines off. If we click on this anchor, for instance, and hit delete on the Mac or backspace on a PC, it will cut this part. Let's just try to do it. Delete, Command Z. It's because this point is responsible for this and this path from the center of this point. Here's another example. Let's just select this one. So if we delete this one, which will be deleted? This part and this part, left and right. Delete. This is it. So now you know how to use the direct selection tool, which helps you to do your homework. The sample of the van with instructions will be below the video. So practice that, especially these handles, because it's hard work, but it's worth it. And see you in the next video.